Kof, or Kuf, means monkey. On the 10th day of the second month, 7 days before the rain, we find that the moon is in Kof. Let's hunt for that small word, the et, the alef-tav, in the narrative on this date. In Genesis 7 verse 4, it reads, "For after 7 more days I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will blot out from the face of the land every living thing that I have made." In verse 23 it reads, "Thus he blotted out every living thing that was on the face of the land, from man to animals to creeping things and to birds of the sky, and they were blotted out from the earth, and only Noah was left, together with those that were with him in the ark." This phrase, every living thing, in Hebrew is
et kol hayikum.
It kol hayakum. A quick look at a lexicon shows the root word indeed starts with a kof, koom, meaning stand. It is the sense of creatures that have the ability to stand. On the 10th day in the second month, that is October 14th, negative 2726, on this day the moon is in Kof. This may be drawing our attention to the living things, koom, that are about to be blotted out in a flood. One might object to this childish, immature logic. Well, that one may very well be right. Do you remember those days when you were in preschool, book in hand, begging, "Please, please, read this book"? Snuggling up on a couch, you both slowly turn the pages, examining both the letters and the pictures. Each page represents a letter of the alphabet, a strange squiggly line symbol, and next to it several pictures to help understand the meaning of the sounds of the symbol. Animals and objects that relate to the letter in various ways. The parent has fun making the sounds, and the child repeats the sounds, and both enjoy every moment of the book. Now realize you have just sat down for a very unique reading lesson. You are not flipping pages of an alphabet book. It's not even a book. It's a scroll. Stars scrolling by. Maybe even the first original alphabet scrolls, scrolling by every night in the stars. On this particular page, we learn that kof, or koom, living things. Kof means monkey and resembles the face of a monkey. The rings around the eyes and the long nose. The sound of kof is a ko, from the back of the throat, like a monkey does before its squeal. So thus I will blot out from the face of the land every living thing that I have made. Draw your attention now to the beautiful galactic bulge in the Milky Way. We are looking toward the center of our wonderful galaxy in which we reside. As time progresses in the flood narrative, this reddish portion of the Milky Way sinks below the western horizon. At the same time, in the eastern horizon, we observe the blue portion of the Milky Way rising up. Where does the term Milky Way and galaxy come from? Why do we teach our children that it is white like milk? So it turns out that we are using a term to describe the band of stars using Greek mythology. a story about how a Greek pagan god spilt her breast milk. This narrative of Noah predates the Greek mythology. In order to appreciate a more ancient interpretation, we first have to temporarily rid our minds of the thought that this dense band of stars are a galactic band of spilt breast milk. Instead, let's look at our new alef-tav star map to consider the symbol assigned to the top of the band. Here we find the letter Nun. This is the N sound by putting your tongue to the roof of your mouth. In the alphabetical acrostic Psalm 119, we find that each of the letters of the alphabet repeats 8 times. When we skip down to the letter Nun, we read that a lamp unto my feet is thy word, and a light unto my path. The first word starts with a Nun, ner, a lamp unto my feet is thy word, and a light unto my path. So, ner starts with Nun, lamp. While observing the lamp-like multiplicity of dense, colorful stars and gases, consider that the letter Nun in the Hebrew language is used as a prefix and a suffix to give the sense of plural, we and our. The Brown, Driver, and Briggs lexicon describes Nun as fish, to propagate, to increase. So, our alef-tav star map uses Nun to mark the increased density of stars, and the psalmist sings of the letter as Nun of a lamp, a ner. Genesis 7 verse 4 reads, I will blot out from the face of the land every living thing that I have made. This red lamp-like portion of the Milky Way is being blotted out by the sun. The planets and the red lamp-like portion of the stars are now disappearing below the sunset horizon. There is much more to learn from this region. We will most certainly revisit this later. Now, we'll just bring up one more letter. Beth means house, and it's in the east. Genesis 7 verse 1 reads, And the Lord said to Noah, Enter the ark, you and your house. For you alone I have seen to be righteous before me in this time. Now, house is not prefixed with alef-tav, but I will use it to draw attention to the letter Bet. The letter Bet means house and becomes visible in the eastern sky opposite the sunset 7 days before the flood. Bet has a B sound. Create a small chamber of air in your mouth, then release it. B. This B sound can be made with your lips or with your tongue. Now look closely at the region of sky where we find the Bet house. This region is at the opposite side of the dense area of Nun. Remember this region, and we will come back here in a moment.